Hi, this is Yoke Angel 7, Rachel, and I got my hair cut and straightened. Yay, that's always fun. I'm about to go to the Titanic exhibit, and I have a whole bunch of things to talk to you about, including breasts. So wait for that. Talk to you later.
Oh my gosh, so it's taken me 3 days to get back to this camera to be able to get online. My hair's not straightened anymore. What the heck happened, right? Okay, hang on. Gotta get the baby. I was in class all weekend long for my doula training. Yay, I finished. I'm now a student doula, certified student doula. And I want to talk about boobs. I want to talk about boobs. I want to talk about boobs, but not the boobs that like people look at for fun. No, I want to talk about the boobs that feed children, okay? So breastfeeding, time to bring it up. Because in the news now, there have been two very important stories. One that happened between Rachel Ray and Bethany. I think Beth or Bethany, I can't remember her name, because I never watched that show because I don't have cable, blah, 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 blah. And First Lady Michelle Obama. So in the news, there has been a lot talking about breastfeeding. And I think in the article with First Lady, there actually was a correspondence to Sarah Palin too. So I don't know how much I'm going to talk on that, but I'm going to leave the links there for you to look at. About 2 years ago, there was some great media about breastfeeding that had to do with Salma Hayek. And a trip that she made that had to do with UNICEF, and I'll leave the link for that as well. Anyways, because of her experience when she was in Sierra Leone, it really brought to the conversation to a lot of people about breastfeeding in a very, very positive light. And I'm really, really grateful for having that as a springboard for people who are interested in learning more about breastfeeding and things like that, because having a celebrity serve in that stead is a very important tool for people who want to learn about it, because they have such a great representation. Salma Hayek was just so amazing with her story. And it was a generational story too, which is even more touching. So that was awesome. Well, anyways, I didn't see it. I think it happened on Friday or Thursday. Someone had linked the thing up on Facebook regarding, I think it was an interview. I think it must have been, and I haven't seen it yet, so I really need to, but I saw the article that described it. Having to do with Bethany describing, just certain breastfeeding experiences she had, and talking about it with Rachel Ray. And looking at that in the context of the way in which society views breastfeeding mothers and mothers in general, and the ways in which mothers are supported or not supported in the decisions that they choose to make regarding how they feed their children. Now, I am not one of those people who thinks that all mothers should breastfeed, okay? So, please don't think that I'm coming down on anyone. I'm actually more supportive of women's choices, and whatever those choices are, I would rather support the woman than judge her or decide for her or anything like that, because it's not only not my place, but I would rather just support mothers and women in general, because that's what women need. Women need support. Women need assistance. Women need a way to feel comfortable about their own intuition and the ways that they raise and feed their families. And, I don't have to agree with any of those decisions. I mean, really, I only have my own kids to feed, right? So I only have to really think about that for myself. But as far as the way in which other mothers choose to feed theirs, if there's a societal pressure against that, it's going to just be an extra hurdle. And so a lot of times that's why women will connect, like with La Leche League and things like that. And those are wonderful resources that probably wouldn't be necessary if amongst families and women that you grew up watching, it was more common. Now, see, I did grow up watching people breastfeeding and taking care of their babies, and it was of no consequence, and there was no embarrassment. There was no, oh, you can't talk about it. There was nothing like that. I did not have any what I would describe as being negative stories about breastfeeding. In fact, all of them, from men and women in my family, on both sides, very strongly, always positive experiences. And just culturally and heritage-wise, I never had any of those negative imprints in my mind that I ever had to contend with. But I remember very, very strongly watching other women face those pressures that they felt from either their heritage or their culture where they grew up with in their families, or religious traditions that would prevent whatever we call it, just for them to face those hurdles. And when I think about that in light of those kinds of articles that are coming out right now, and think about the one that came from Salma Hayek, you know, the different way in which people react to those is very telling to me as far as what women have to face just to feed their babies. And I'm just going to tell a brief story, because I remember once sitting in a breastfeeding support group where women were talking about how other people felt they had the right to react to and very strongly verbalize their opinions whenever they would watch the mother feeding their child, whether it was in public or in private, even amongst a small casual setting, and if of course it were in public. And it very much surprised me, and in some ways the stories that they told shocked me, that people feel they have the right to walk up to a mother who is feeding their child and taking care of them, that they have the right to talk to them and tell them their opinion about what they think they're doing, offer what they believe to be our suggestions or advice. And I just think, my goodness, why does anybody think that a mother should have to contend with opposition or someone else's opinion regarding any way in which they're taking care of their child, especially when all they're doing is feeding their child. All they're doing is helping their child out. And whether it's with breasts or bottle or combination or anything at all, I just think, support that mother. That's what the mother needs. She needs a smile. She needs a nod. She needs an encouragement. She needs that recognition that she's doing a great job, because being a mom, being a dad, being a parent, you know, it's a great responsibility. And I would just really like to see more support come for women, whatever they choose, because everyone can benefit from that, especially the kids involved. So, all right, that's my talk about boobs. Sorry it wasn't fun, or fun bags, or whatever you might have thought this was. But yeah, all right. Well, I hope everyone's doing really well, and I look forward to talking with you later. I have so much to share with you about the doula class. And yes, I have about 10 health questions to answer. I have them lined up. I'm still editing a couple of other things. And I am going to be getting those yoga videos up for you if you're wanting some meditations, quick relaxation during the day. All right, take care, everyone. Bright blessings.